Hello. Happy Friday, boo. It's Sugar Pearl Studio Kitchen live for the very first time in Sugar Pearl Studio Kitchen history. Since I've been doing the show in 2 years, this is my first time going live on IG. Hey, go live. Now, for some reason, I'm checking another connection and I'm not getting on here. But if you guys are watching wherever you are, it looks like my main page on Facebook is still having issues. But Sugar Pearls, that's SugarPearl apostrophe S, and YouTube Sugar Pearls, SugarPearl apostrophe S, is live right now. Okay. So I'm just gonna cancel this. I will transfer it to my main page later. But I didn't want to chicken out doing this show live on Instagram at sugarpearls_online. If you're here on Facebook and YouTube, hey, thank you. Let me know you're checking in. And here on IG for the very first time, say hello. I'm so excited to be here with you on IG. All right, so IG is here, Facebook and YouTube are here. Tonight, we're going to get into the show, but before we do that, make sure you like, love, share this video. Let everybody know we're about to be eating good in the hood, my kitchen, my queendom. This is where the magic happens. Okay, so share the love. As you see in the description, wherever you're watching, IG or Facebook or YouTube, we're making a blood pressure tea tonight. Okay, quick, easy. This is going to be a short show, but I got a lot to cover. Before I cover anything, I gotta say hey to my two favorite senior citizens in the world, Mom and Dad. Hey, Mom and Dad. Because they're always watching, even when they go back and watch the replay. So thank y'all. And thank every one of you for checking in. I really, really appreciate it. I'm Carla Renee, personal chef and host of Sugar Pearls Studio Kitchen Live. Go to my website, sugarpearlsonline.com. You can read the story about Sugar Pearls, how I basically the show, this brand is homage to family and love and the issues that could possibly be solved over a great meal. Because there was lots of that growing up. There was lots of that. I don't care what was going on. If you had a good meal somewhere nearby, you were winning. And chances are you did. All right. So we're going to make this blood pressure tea tonight. What else? Oh, so real quick, before we go into the tea, let me turn my pot back on. Make sure that water is scalding hot. Hey, CJ. CJ and Addie's daddy. Hey, thank you. Yeah, if you're watching, share the video. It's Sugar Pearl Studio Kitchen Live for the first time ever on Instagram. So be nice. Be nice. All right. Thank you so much. I guess in my town, if my town is right here in my kitchen. Yes. I gotta give a shout out since I have CJ and Addie's daddy on. Got to give a shout out to my beloved Stillman College, Birmingham chapter. Thank you all so much. Last night was a great night. We did the Birmingham chapter of my alma mater in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Stillman College, hosted a New Year extravaganza and business introduction. So there were a few of us that were featured as business owners. Where we are in various places in the country, various places in our careers. And we got a chance to just kind of talk about what we do, brag on why we do it. That moment felt so good and so meaningful. And I want to thank the coordinators of that event. I'm gonna miss somebody, so I'm not gonna name anybody. I'm gonna just say the entire Birmingham chapter. A couple of years ago, my sister and I, my oldest sister and I, went down to Alabama for the Birmingham chapter's Christmas party. And when I tell you epic, we had so much fun. We were like Thelma and Louise, just hitting the road, me and my sis, and she got a chance to just see me with my other family. And it was so nice. Yes, Stillman rocks, Stillman rolls, Stillman rock and roll. Hey! So thank you all so much for that opportunity. I want to talk a little bit more about that at the end. But before I go on to our blood pressure tea and this thing, this is a Hawaiian plantain. So we're going to do something with this tonight. All right. Yeah. It's a plantain. We'll get into it in a bit. The Kitchen Collective. If you're not familiar, go to my website or go to any one of those, SugarPearls or SugarPearlsOnline.com. Shopify, you can pay in various ways, but the new store that I have is called the Kitchen Collective. And what's cool about the Kitchen Collective is it is everything kitchen drip for your home. And now the kitchen drip is starting to like trickle down into other parts of the home. Hey there, 704 Firearms. Hey, Miss Retta. Hey, y'all. Thank you so much. So check out the website because the Kitchen Collective is going to be very soon, the Kitchen Collective and more. All right, so check it out. Let's make this blood pressure tea. So I lost this time last year. I had my update with my doctor just a couple of weeks ago, and he was so happy. He told me that I had lost 30 pounds. Remember how I was saying I lost 20 pounds? I knew I lost 20 pounds at least, but he was like, no, I've got it in your chart right here. You lost. So that means I was 30 pounds heavier. I got on my waist trainer now. I was 30 pounds heavier than I am now. You can see it all on my face. I didn't have a neck. It was bad. It was bad. I like this size. So now I'm at a nice healthy weight, which is awesome. If I had to have a goal weight, this would be it. Okay. And just over a year's time, I just start changing some habits. Slow down on the drinking. As a matter of fact, kind of cut out the drinking. Although I did have a drink for my birthday, I had a New Year's drink of just some Prosecco and cranberry. But yeah, just understanding why I was drinking was a big deal. So once I did that, I was able to cut back on the drinking, almost cut it out. And the liquor, I don't know last time I had liquor. Not that I don't like it anymore, but the key for me is don't buy it. Don't buy it. Don't have it in the house. I'm good. I can be around it. You can throw up toast and all that, and I'm cool. I don't have a need for it in my space right now. So thank you. Oh, thank you. Okay, bye. Getting your haircut. Bye. So, just change some habits, started moving more. And when I started moving more, I started seeing that I was going to bed earlier. And here's the key about weight loss. Here's the key. It's very simple. Then we're going to make our blood pressure tea, I promise. Here's the key about weight loss. All right? If you're sleeping, you ain't eating. I know. Mind blowing. If you sleep and you're not eating. So I found that I was drinking less to almost not at all, to moving moving more, jumping jacks, high kicks, high knees, running in place for as long as I could. Not too much on crunches or anything like that, but just doing some things to keep myself moving. Hey, Blue Royalty. Ooh, yes. Hey, Blue Royalty. That's Joyce. Love you, miss you. So I started moving, and what happened was I was getting tired. I was getting tired earlier and so I was going to bed a little bit earlier. You know, my 9 to 5 job, I got to be at work about 7 o'clock. So that means I got to be up by 5, no later. Okay, so I can ease into the morning, not run frantically into it. So I was working, I was moving, and I was getting tired, and I was going to sleep. When you're sleeping, you're not eating. Weight loss tip 101. Get yourself some good sleep. Okay. We're gonna make a blood pressure tea, and the ingredients are very, very simple. All right. So we're starting now. Yeah, here we go. So I've got what looks like an ordinary tea bag here, right? Okay, this is not an ordinary tea bag. So I'm gonna tell you something that you're gonna love. All right, and if you're not doing this, then maybe you could. All right, go to your nearest. It can be a Hispanic food store. Mine is Compare Foods, is right around the corner from me. Pretty much any Hispanic food section. But definitely if it's a store all to themselves, then they're going to specialize in this. And this is hibiscus tea. Hibiscus tea. Okay. Hey, boo. Thank you. So hibiscus tea is exactly what you think. It comes from the hibiscus petal, the plant. So I started researching and just looking. I'm like, wow. When I lived in Virginia Beach, I used to have a beautiful hibiscus tree outside in my front yard. And I had two. One was red, one was yellow. Well, you can take those leaves, pluck those petals, and dry them, and you'll have hibiscus tea. All right. This is what you can get from your Hispanic food store. If you have in the international food store, then they may have a section just teas, and you can find out just hibiscus tea. Don't make it funny or anything. So here's the thing. I was losing weight, and I'm continuing to maintain a healthy weight, which is great. I love that. And I'm not starving myself. I eat what I want, but I'm eating more whole fruits and vegetables. Some days I don't eat any meat at all, and I don't miss it. But the thing about this tea is that, okay, so you can take the petals, dry them, have your hibiscus tea if you store it tightly. Okay, but the store will sell your hibiscus tea, because this one is going to turn a beautiful bright red. And then we can add whatever else we want to with it. Okay, I've got some limes here, but they're kind of dried out. Okay, they don't have a whole lot of juice. So I got the next best thing, because I love lime juice. The next best thing for me, I got this out the Hispanic food store as well, just some lime juice. Lime juice from concentrate works just fine. All right, so I've got that in case I want a little more lime. All right, so let's squeeze as much juice out of these little dry limes as we can. Yeah, there's not much, but there's something. Okay, there. Hey, how you doing? Share. I'm live on Instagram for the first time ever. I can't believe it. I'm doing new things this year. I didn't plan it, but it's certainly working out like that. So, That's quite a bit of lime juice. That's about a teaspoon of lime juice. You don't have to do that much if you don't like it. Or you don't have to do it at all. Okay. I like that acidity. The cool thing about a lime is it's less tart and more sweet than lemon. It's just right. It's good. Okay. Yeah, this one is going to give us a pretty red. See, it's already, the lime juice already pulled some of it out. This is hibiscus tea, a beautiful blood pressure tea. Okay? You can drink this every night before bed. Yes, I am taking my blood pressure. Oh, that's what I was saying. So, although my doctor was extremely proud of my weight loss, he had to put me back on the hydrochlorothiazide. You've probably heard of it. It's a water pill designed to help you flush out more water each day. But you gotta drink water. I don't drink enough water. I know that. I know. My body is probably extremely dehydrated. Anyway, got your beautiful hibiscus tea. So even though he was proud of the weight loss, he wasn't put me on the water pill. Now I'm on that, but now I'm also drinking this blood pressure tea, which is keeping my blood pressure nice and stable. Nice and stable. Now I realize I may have to continue to take that water pill for a long time. I may, but if my blood pressure stays down, stays healthy, I'm good. Okay. So the water is getting extremely hot. What are we doing with this? Oh, I want to go ahead and cut up. We've got, this is what we're putting in our tea. Ready? Okay. Hibiscus tea bag. The hibiscus is good for bringing your blood pressure to a steady rate. Okay. And a healthy rate. Okay. All right. And that's per person. I don't know what's healthy for you. Okay. But I know it's healthy for me. So I have the hibiscus tea. And then we've got some rosemary. Rosemary is good for inflammation and all sorts of good stuff that our bodies need. So I'm actually going to add a couple of sprigs of rosemary to the hibiscus tea. Honey. Okay. Now, remember that ginger plant I brought back from my mom and dad's? Guess what? I took a piece and I've been, yeah, look at all those roots. Look at that. I've been taking care of this baby. And the other part of the plant is over there, not too close to the window, but it's still got good light. But this has been 100% hydroponic, like all just in water. And I probably had it for about 5 weeks or so. And it started with like a teeny little sprout. And now look at it. Crazy, right? Crazy. So you can take a little finger of ginger and put in there. My ginger is going to continue to grow and all of that. I want it to get a little bigger until I'm ready to transfer it. So in the meantime, I'm going to use some ground ginger. If you've got a little bit of fresh, just go ahead and take a garlic or ginger press and squeeze it on in there. But let's take a little bit of ground ginger since that's what I have. I'm not going to use a full teaspoon because that would be a lot. That would be a lot. This a third teaspoon. I don't know. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and put it in there. Give it a stir. Just a little bit of ginger. Ginger just kind of gives you that little bit of natural heat that your body and your immune system can use. What is ginger for? Like mucus or something? I gotta look that up. Ginger, I'll find out. Garlic is good for me because I can't remember. I'll find out. But anyway, you want the hibiscus tea. Hibiscus tea, a teaspoon of lime, ginger. Okay, our water is ready. And rosemary. Okay, so for the rosemary, nice and fresh. I always keep some in the fridge somewhere or at my window, but I don't have any in my window right now. So what I like to do, we'll keep this for the garnish. What I like to do is really extract the essence from the rosemary. It smells so good. If you ever have a headache or just want something soothing, take this rosemary and just lightly, just have it somewhere near your temple or, somewhere within wafting distance. You won't regret it. I never take any medications for headache. I don't really get headaches, but if I ever have an issue, I just got a piece of rosemary and I'm good. I'm right as rain. So the way that I want to extract the essence from this rosemary is I kind of want to snap it a little bit at the joint here. All right. All right. Okay. There we go. And then we get some of that oils and stuff down in there. All right. Let's pour in our agave. You don't have to add any sweetener, but that was 2 teaspoons. Okay. And when I tell you this is the best thing at night, just to soothe, and we're going to add a little bit of cinnamon. You don't have to do the cinnamon. The cinnamon is for me. That's for, there we go. Yes. The cinnamon is for winter. We're supposed to be getting snow, they say. They say. Here in the Queen City. So we'll see. All right. And where's my rosemary sprig? There we go. Ooh, look at this. I know. Just stir it all in there. Let that ginger, if you've got the ground, the powder kind, stir it all in. Let that steep for 5 minutes before you drink it down. That gives everything a chance to melt and do its thing. Just a nice nighttime toddy. Remember them little hot toddies? I used to love a hot toddy, honey. Now you can still make it a toddy if you want, but that's the non-toddy way. Okay. So let's talk about this. It's a Hawaiian plantain. Okay. Now this Hawaiian plantain still has the outer skin like a regular plantain. It's leathery and all that, but it's smooth. There are no bumps or anything. It's nice and smooth. It's got the thinnest of striations throughout, and the way to cut it is just to peel it like a plantain. So we're just gonna go. The skin is pretty thick. Okay, let's do another. Oh, this baby is thick. Oh, not that that's bad. It looks just like a plantain. The meat does. Like it's. If I were to have a plantain that were almost kind of right, just out. Oh, I should. You know what I should do? Cut it in rings first. I just cut the bottom and the top off before I did all that peeling. Because I'm gonna end up taking off too much meat. Oh, there you go. You can't see what's happening. I'm sorry. All right, and let's just peel. Oh, that's better. That's much better. Okay, so what we're going to do is get this. So if you were making Hawaiian tostones, then you would use this Hawaiian plantain. All right, let's crank that baby up. Now, the way I'm going to fry this, I don't have, if you have a neutral oil or something like that, you can do it. You can use a SugarPearl's extra virgin olive oil if you want, if you got some left. Oh gosh, that smells so good. It just smells like something you would drink in the wintertime at night. It just smells good and doesn't smell medicine-y, you know? Doesn't smell medicine at all. But it's a good blood pressure toddy. Okay. Now we're just gonna, there we go, Carla. There we go, girl. Just peeling the toughest part of the flesh off. Don't take off too much. This thing is just like a plantain. Just like a plantain. Okay. Now I'm doing these slightly different. I said I don't have any oil. I looked right at the oil tonight, and I was like, when I went to the store, when I got the plantain, I didn't go there looking for a plantain, but I was like, oh, this is interesting, so I got it. And I was really just going to show you how to do the tea. Oh, okay. You can get these green or you can get these ripe. Okay, and they ripen just like plantain. If you want them to turn a little more, then just leave them out. Okay, let's get this off. And they will get soft too, as far as the when they're raw. So you gotta really smooth that off. Oh yeah. Okay, so we've got our discs. All right. The only thing we're gonna do is go ahead and get our griddle nice and warm. So I've got a little bit of basil oil. This is about the most neutral oil I have right now. And I don't need a whole lot. But I've got something else that's gonna give it a certain something else. Ooh. Hold on. Hold on. This is duck fat. So I had some Dutch potatoes that I did one night. I roasted a duck like with the skin like hard like that. It was so good. It was so good. But I kept the fat, and this is it. So this is a beautiful, delicious duck fat. Let's go ahead and get some, not that one. Get some of that on, and we're gonna have it. I mean, the plantain is gonna be sweet, but it'll have just a little bit of that duck fat flavor. Duck fat. If you're not a fan, I'm sorry, but duck fat just tastes luxurious to me. So if you've got a little bit, we're just gonna get a few little dollops over. Okay. We're not frying it, but it is going to be on there for a minute, okay? Because we want it nice. Now, when you do the Hawaiian tostones, you put this back in the fridge. You gotta fry them twice. Yeah, but we're not doing any deep frying or anything like that. You can also put these in the oven if you want something a little less guilty feeling. It's totally up to you. All right, so what we're doing is we're just taking a little disc. We're not going to put anything on it. We're just going to kind of turn it up. There we go. And get it in our oil. Now you're going to let these cook, okay? If you get them when they're green, it's of course more like a potato. Um, but we want these to be kind of sweet. It does have a lot of starch, so we're not gonna eat a whole lot of these. Okay, we're gonna eat one. It's a snack. All right, it's a snack. All right, and just let that do what it's gonna do. Now, what I do want to add to it, my blood pressure tea is almost ready. It's almost steeped all the way through. Now, what I do want to do with this, where's my, here we go. I got a little bit of ground nutmeg. I want that on there. Not too much because we don't want it to scorch. Make sure you get a nice little bit evenly dusted on there. Very, very light layer. We don't want to overpower. That duck fat smells so good. Y'all, this is fancy. This just adding the duck fat, just Lord, that just I'm gonna have to charge you more. For duck fat? Yes. All right, here we go. Blood pressure tea. L'chaim. Hey, boo. Ah! Oh, yes. Okay. If you're struggling with keeping that blood pressure low, you have to make this. You have to. I had some last night. I had some every night this week. And like I said, I'm still taking my doctor prescribed medication to get it down. But this blood pressure tea, so what we added, if you're just joining, what we added was the hibiscus tea that we found at our local Compare Foods. Or if you can find an international food store where they sell hibiscus tea. This is a nice bright, almost a blood red. Looks almost like a pomegranate juice or something. Okay, but that is hibiscus tea. And then we added a little agave. My ginger that I got from mom and dad's isn't ready. I'm gonna let that continue to get more roots. Yes, like that. Because look at it. Yeah. And I got more over there. But we added ginger powder. And then we just let the hot water kind of dissolve the ginger powder about not even a whole teaspoon because that ginger gives us that little heat, almost like a cayenne pepper would. Okay, then we cut a sprig of rosemary to get that essence throughout. And then we garnished it with a little rosemary and some agave. That is you can strain that if you don't want the little pieces of rosemary. I personally don't care. But that right there every night before bed. Yes. Yes. Okay. Where I'm looking for my hang on. Let's get here we go. Yes, yes. Okay, so we're gonna flip those in just a minute. Thank my cousin Barbara for this beautiful sea mug. By the way, we also have these not monogrammed, but we do have them on the Kitchen Collective. SugarPearl is the Kitchen Collective. Make sure you're shopping, darling. Okay. Oh, this right here. Ooh, honey. And then that duck fat, just kind of, I'm going to crank this up a little more. gives it, yeah, this, okay, that's ready. This can go a little more. Ooh, that's pretty. Those are pretty, but they are thick, so I know they're going to be starchy, which is why they've got to cook for a bit longer. Okay. So while the Hawaiian plantain is cooking, let me tell you, hang on. I've got something else. I had to make notes for myself. The plantain. Got that going. Got the blood pressure tea. You've got the ingredients for that, right? Yes? Okay. Moving on. Here, I was telling you, well, I started the show out by um, shouting out the Birmingham chapter of Stillman College and the New Year extravaganza and business mixer. It was so nice. It was so much fun to connect with fellow Stillmanites, and anybody was invited. I put the link down there. Completely open to the public. You could come in and all that. And I know that they're going to continue to do great things like that. But meeting with Stillmanites and other Stillmanite business owners last night made me feel so very grateful and honored just to be able to share a space with people who have been doing it long before I got the courage to do it, you know, and to hear from them and to know that there are similar struggles along the way. But ooh, the reward of being able to say, hey, I'm living my dream. I'm doing what I feel I was put here to do. Um, and I love that feeling, being around fellow creators, which brings me to remember I was telling you a couple of months ago, this is looking good. It's smelling good. So we turned it already, remember? I'm gonna, I'm gonna back it up so you can see in just a little bit, but I've got, okay, that, yeah, okay. So a little more of that nutmeg. This is nowhere close to done. It's still very starchy. Um, not yet. Not yet. Okay. Much, much better deep fried. That is looking good. But I just deep fried some stuff a little while ago. Okay. You can do your, once it softens a little, then we'll try to give it a smash if we can. Okay. This is going to cook some more. All right. But being around uh, other business owners and creators like Tamika Green. Hey, Tamika Green is the author of a play that she conceived years ago called my mother my mother's prayer. My mother's prayer. And a couple of months ago, she asked if I wanted to be a part of her vision. I jumped at the chance. I jumped at the chance because it was a chance to be back in my um, creative space. Not that I haven't been, but it's like diving into it more just makes me remember how much fun I had and how much I miss it, being able to create and um, be in a space where you're gleaning that kind of creative knowledge from other people. So she offered me one of the rolls, which is a pretty significant part of the screw up. And the role is the middle sister, which I happen to be, Rhonda. Okay. And I'm just turning and flipping and turning. This is going to take a while. Okay. But we don't want this fast. What the best way to get anywhere is slowly. Okay, so let's continue to. We don't want to. In a little while, I'm gonna show you how we're gonna soften that. Okay, now I should cut that one thinner. Anyway, so Mika Green, also known as I Am Chosen. I Am Chosen Entertainment. Hey, Karen. I Am Chosen Entertainment offered me the role of Rhonda. So we've been rehearsing via Zoom with Rhonda, especially with Omarion around here acting crazy. Well, his unruly twin. But we do have a rehearsal in person very soon, which I'm excited about. So that came, and then when that came, something else opened up creatively. And I found myself, especially this week, being in creative spaces. Yeah. And it's been so dope. It's been so dope. Oh my gosh. I'm excited. I don't know what's gonna happen. But something's happening, you know. For me, it's better than just standing still, you know. Sometimes you do have to stand still. Let me clarify. Oh, blood pressure tea. Go back and look at what we did to make blood pressure tea. It's very easy. Very, very gratifying. Which leads me to the thought while we're still waiting on these babies to cook. Hold on one second, okay? I think I might be able to use this. I can use this. Yeah. Okay, I was thinking how I could do this, but yeah, it's getting a lot softer now. This one, hold on, before I go on, let me cut this one in half. And then I'm gonna share my thought with you. On this Friday night. Now, I don't know where you're watching, East Coast. Ooh, that's almost bread-like. Okay, we're gonna let that get softer and ooier gooier. That's crispy and pudding-like inside. Oh my God. Okay, let that go a little longer. Ooh. This is Hawaiian Plantain, which is shorter and fatter than the one that kind of looks like a banana. Okay, it turns or ripens just like plantain would. So you can get it green, or you can get it when it starts to turn golden into, you know, almost kind of blackish. All right, and just like a plantain, the darker it is, the sweeter it is, most of the time. Okay, but this one was nice and yellow. So what we're doing, okay, I'm smashing them. So we've got like tostones, Hawaiian tostones, And I will show you Instagram with my Instagram camera because I can't move the other one. Okay, when it gets soft, that pudding kind of runs out. Yes, I call it pudding. So when it gets soft like that, the innards of the plantain, when it gets soft and ooey and gooey, um, I call it good. Okay, so I'm gonna put that over there so you can see. Okay, all right, and I'll turn it just a little bit just so you can see the gooey that comes out. Okay, so I know. First time on Instagram Live. This is uh Hawaiian tostones, I guess. The only thing we did with the plantain is add a little nutmeg. You can make a dipping sauce for it if you want. Um, I don't have to, so I didn't. I may have it with some Nutella in the morning. Um, but now that we've got both sides nice and beautiful and brown, we can start to mash them so that they're nice and crispy when we turn them. Okay, so there we go. There we go. This is working out a lot better than I thought. Thank goodness. Because that would have been embarrassing. Okay. First time on Instagram, you screw up. Ooh. Okay. I reloaded. So here we got our Hawaiian tostones. I just like saying that. Okay. Let's get a little bit of nutmeg again. Just a little bit. Because remember, we smashed them open. So some parts are, kind of exposed. And we want to give it just a little something, something. Okay. All right. Give that a couple minutes. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna turn it off and let it just kind of steam out before we. I've been wanting steak for a minute now. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. Yes. I can't zoom in, but honey, I'm excited. Okay, let's flip once more. Get nice and crispy. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do, you know what? I can see it now. I can see how this might be a sandwich topper. So, in some vegan recipes, they use the tostones as like a sandwich bread for like sandwiches, the top and the bottom. I totally see it. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. So once that's done, in about a minute and a half, we'll add just a little bit more. We fried it with a little bit of duck fat and sugar pearls, basil, extra virgin olive oil. Yeah. So we don't want them dry, but we don't want them oily either. Okay. So I've got some deli paper. We're just gonna line our sheet with here. Let me flip this. Make sure that's nice. Oh, this is, honey. Don't worry. I'm gonna show you in a minute. I'm gonna eat a couple of these. Drink my blood pressure tea, honey. It's gonna be a good night. I never thought I'd be saying that. Oh gosh. Really? Okay, time to transfer to a platter. Here we go. You will find tostones like these in Afro-Caribbean cooking, Afro-Latin cooking, African cooking. um, just beautiful, delicious, smashed Hawaiian recipes. Yes. Um, these are the cutest little things. I can totally make, like, I gotta figure out what dipping thing I would make with it. I think I need to, but honey. Okay. Got a little bit of agave, just a drizzle. Yes. Ooh, I should have brought two. Honey, I should have brought two. It smells. Let's devour. Let's devour. Oh my goodness. Look at this is a Hawaiian plantain that we smashed on our griddle. We had all that ooey gooey coming out of it. I like to call it pudding, plantain pudding. And we did hit it with a little duck fat, a little basil oil, some nutmeg, and a very light drizzle of agave. Okay, can we eat one? Yes. I've kept you long enough. It is 10 till, okay, 10 till, I think. Well, this one is a little fast. But for my IG fam, thank you so much. It's been good. Y'all be nice. Just be nice. That's all I have to say. And share. Share the video like your life depended on it. All right? Let's eat some tostones. Ooh. This is can I just use my, okay, it's not too hot, but it is very hot. Mm-hmm. It's not sweet. Maybe I should let it get darker, but it's not sweet, but it's good. It's savory, and then you get that little bit of agave, like wherever it landed, just lends itself to. The duck fat is present, but not very much. It's light. It tastes rich and luxurious, and you made it at home. I'm gonna have this with a piece of steak in the morning. Mm-hmm. It tastes like a sweet potato that's not so sweet, and is the consistency and everything. It's like a potato, like a sweet potato, just not very sweet, but it's good. And then in the middle, that part is sweet. Mm. That crunch is so satisfying. Oh my God, that little drizzle of agave, the nutmeg, the duck fat, all of it is just perfect. If you think you're going to love this recipe, make this recipe. Let me know how it turned out for you. Share some pictures. If you send me the pictures, I'll post them. Because I want to see that you eat good in your hood. Enjoy my blood pressure tea. And until next time, thank you for watching. Please remember, I love you. Oh, no. Before I do that, I got to say this. No, this is why. No, I have to. I got to say this. Okay. Before I go, I got to say this. Okay. Give me a minute. If you think that good opportunities, are too small for you because of where you're going and where you see yourself and all of that, we put these pressures on ourselves. I'm well aware. But if you think um those opportunities are too small for you, then you're probably going to limit yourself. Okay. So what I'm saying is, when you can be trusted with small, you can receive much. That's all I'm saying. So show up for the small things, because what may be small to you. Mm. Show up for the small things like you would that big thing that you're waiting on, that big thing that you're working toward. Um, hmm, yeah, that's all I wanted to say. But I had to say it before you left. All right, so I'm gonna eat some more of these um, tostones from the Hawaiian plantain that we made. Hey, and I hope to see you all real soon. Thank you so much for supporting the Sugar Pearls brand, the Sugar Pearls collective line, and more that Sugar Pearls will be bringing your way. I love you for watching, and I appreciate you. I hope you love me back. Bye.